मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या योग विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम ये मे गुरुभिः पूर्वं मदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः योगाः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या योग विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण योग वेदांत दर्शन साधन द्वारा आत्मानुभूति कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्म वैदिक संस्कृतेः विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति शांति कल्याण एकता प्राप्ति अस्मिन् कर्मणि निष्ठितानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रस्य व्यास भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम आदौ योग दर्शन आचार्याणां स्मरणम्। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः। ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः। ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः। ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः। ओम अथ श्री पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रम विवेक ख्याति द्वितीय पादः साधना पादः विवेक ख्याति अविप्लवाहानोपायः तस्य सप्तधा प्रांत भूमि प्रज्ञा योगांगानुष्ठानात् अशुद्धि क्षये ज्ञान दीप्ति आविवेक ख्यातेः यम नियम आसन प्राणायाम प्रत्याहार धारणा ध्यान समाधयः अष्टौ अंगानि। Friends, we are in the subject of Ashtanga Yoga. The names of them are these, which are just seen now by us. In that, the first of the 8 limbs is Yama Sadhana. It has got 5. Yesterday we started discussing it, and first one we have done it. Let us do the Sutra Patha first 3 times. Sutra number 30. Is Ahimsa Satya Asteya Brahmacharya Aparigraha Yamaha. Ahimsa Satya Asteya Brahmacharya Aparigraha Yamaha. Again, Ahimsa Satya Asteya Brahmacharya Aparigraha Yamaha. Sutrakara said the sutra, he went ahead. Bhashyakara Vyasaji gave us little more details. Among them, first one, Ahimsa, we have seen. Bhashyakar ने कहा कि तत्र अहिंसा, what is it? सर्वथा सर्वदा सर्वभूतानाम अनभिद्रोहः. This is Bhashyakar, and we got the explanation, more detail of it. Sarvada means, sarvatha means kaya vacha manasa. Sarvada means even pranapaya sthiti comes to us. Then sarvabhutana means all sthavara jangama prati. Anavidroha means what? Pida karanam. Any type of pida unke liye karna, that is himsa. Not doing that is ahimsa. Okay. Pidana buddhi rahityam iti eva. Pidana buddhi rahityam. In the mind, in our understanding, in our attitude, in our intention, there should be no buddhi of doing pida to any sthavara jangama with our kaya or vacha or manasa, even it comes to our own perishability or death. Such a powerful one. That is why it has become paramo dharma. that paramodharmatva of the ahimsa named first sadguna, which is everywhere discussed whenever the gunas values are discussed, and here as the first of the yoga anga anushtana. Art yoga anga mein yama is first one, and in the yama of the five, the first is ahimsa. See the importance of it. The importance is said here by the Bhashyakara by saying what? Ki uttare cha yama niyamaha tanmulaha tad siddhi parataya eva tad pratipadanaya pratipadyante. See that? Three thoughts are said here. What is it? First of all, uttare cha yama niyamaha means the subsequent other 9 sadhanas. 4 of yama, 5 of niyama. All the 9. 3 things are said. First, ki tanmulaha means only when you do the ahimsa vrata, the other 9 you will be able to do. Second meaning, ki tat siddhi parataya eva. Or when you do all the 9 of them, the purpose of them, the siddhi to be achieved through them is ahimsa wala hi, ये पहला वाला यम का ये हमको सीखना है, अचीव करना है. Third meaning is what? tat pratipadana. The next 9 are there only to do the pratipadana, the establishment of this ahimsa. Little Vedanta, if you add here, so beautiful it is. Ki wherever we are doing himsa, then we are establishing dvaita. Wherever there is a dvaita, it is inevitable that you have to do the himsa. Both himsa, therefore, advaita are contrary to the advaita atmanubhuti. है ना? So how can you do himsa of someone when no one is there other than you? If you are doing means you are accepting somebody other. Therefore, accepting something other than us is the first himsa. Then doing every himsa to them. See that if you use that Vedanti Vichaya. So, parapida buddhi, even little also buddhi mein pida दूसरों का करना है, ये ख्याल नहीं आना चाहिए. Just to dharma it is. You have to make a habit of it. And remember, so much of Samadhi Pada we have studied, Kriya Yoga we have studied from last around 387 days. But we are now have come to the actually to be done important practical thing. Ashtanga, yoga anga anushthanat ashuddhikshaye jnanadiptihi aviveka khyate. Therefore, this sadhana let us start doing it. अभी तक का जो भी किया हो ना किया हो कोई नहीं, ये अष्टांग योग हम करें. उसमें से स्टार्ट करेंगे पहले ही साधना से. Never ever say it is impossible. It is possible. So पीड़ा बुद्धि ही नहीं रखना. Then the other anushangika meanings with the example of a soldier at the borders, a doctor with the knife to cut and all. ये सब फिर बता चुके हैं. We know in him both the doctor as well as soldier, there is no himsa buddhi. He is protecting the nation and he is operating the patient. Therefore, that cutting doesn't come under the himsa category. So to a teacher or parents, punish the children. That is not as a himsa, because then only he will learn. है ना? पुलिस वाले थोड़ा करते हैं. The judge gives the judgment of variety of punishments once it is convicted, isn't it? No, you can't call the judge is himsavadi, because in him उसका दुखी करने वाला स्वार्थ वाला गुण नहीं है. He has done this crime. This is a penal code. He should be given punishment for him to learn and also others to learn. So these are the exceptions where physical himsa may be happening, but it is not a himsa because intention is not of the himsa. So therefore ahimsa is actually the manasika, so to the kayika, so to the vachika. हो सके तो मैक्सिमम तीनों इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स के लेवल पर काया वाचा मनसा हिंसा ना करे. Okay. So, in this way, So this is how Uttaresha Yamaniyamaha Tanmulaha Tatsiddhi Parataya Eva Tat Pratipadanaya Pratipadyante Tad Avadata Rupa Karanaya Eva Upadiyante. Avadata Rupa Karanaya Eva Upadiyante means in fact to establish in Ahimsa only the remaining 9. Keep it in mind and give value to Ahimsa. So Ahimsa practiced thoroughly, all 9 follow it. This is how Ahimsa explained. Yeah, the beautiful, very subtle example yesterday we studied was Tatacha Uktam. Sakhalu ayam brahmanaha yatha yatha vratani bahuni samadhitsate tatha tatha pramada krutebhyaha himsa nidanebhyaha nivartamanaha tam eva avadata rupam ahimsam karoti. Isn't it? It is a definition of Brahmana given here. Yes. Slowly becomes a little sensitive to see while doing this yajna, is there anybody's himsa happening? Slowly starts reducing the himsa, even if it costs for the yajna performance. Finally, he reaches to a sthiti of following ahimsa so much that even he sacrifices the yajna. Even he gives up doing the yajna. At that moment, following the ahimsa itself is the highest yajna. That is why Paramo Dharma. He is called, therefore by definition, Brahmana. And he is not a Brahmana which is thousands of yajnas in which everybody's himsa is there. Whether it is Brahmana or Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, if he is doing the yajna of ahimsa, he is a real Brahmana. And that itself is yajna. Ahimsa hi Parama Vrata hai, Parama Dharma hai, Parama yajna. Very tactfully said, isn't it? Brahmana involving in so many yajnas started thinking whether I am doing himsa to anyone by this. He found so many things doing himsa, so he started doing ahimsa. For the sake of that, a part of the yajna he'll have to sacrifice. Karte, he became 100% ahimsavadi, even if it called for zero doing of the yajna. Therefore, doing ahimsa vrata is greater than yajna. He is called a Brahmana. His heart is so purified that the God's grace comes, that reveals the truth. When you discover the truth, everything is one. The question of himsa doesn't come because one can do himsa to other only when the other is there. One is done now, ahimsa is discussed. Now let us do the second sadhana today. Satyam. Okay. Thoda dekhenge aaj. Second one is what? Satyam. What is Satyam? Ki yatharthe vang manase. Satyam. Okay. Even Satyam also, like the ahimsa at the body level, don't harm anyone. Satya basically taken generally as from the mouth we should not speak something jhoot. Okay, but it's a very gross level. Subtler level mein Satya means through the study of Shastra, we are convinced at our intellectual level as what is right or wrong. Okay, having got convinced thoroughly with authority about something right or wrong, then living accordingly, according to the conviction gained at the intellectual level, living accordingly is called Satyam. Therefore, Satyam is actually the value at the intellect level. It's an intellectual honesty, it's called intellectual value, Satyam. But at the level of Vani also, we should not just like that keep on speaking jhoot. The chote cheeze. Satyavani. Like, as we saw yesterday example in one of the classes, Bhagavan Krishna himself makes Yudhishthira, who is a Satyavadi, to talk Asatya. But does it mean that Bhagavan ne Asatya bola Yudhishthira ne? No, the purpose there is what is the only way by which Bhishma or the Drona can be stopped, can be eliminated. Then only the Kauravas can be eliminated, then only the Adharma can be eliminated. So Bhagavan is a Satyavadi. He came with the purpose of Dharma Samstapana. His intention is clear. His conviction intellectually is clear. If Bhishma and Drona were not in the path of establishing Dharma and were not supporting the Dharma, why the Lord will harm them? Isn't it? So therefore, Bhagavan is convinced. For the sake of that, he has told Yudhishthira, "Bol tu Bhashya Mataha Kunjara," then only Drona will become quieter. isn't it? Slowly, the development of this Satya. Satya, two things we understood. One with the mouth, speaking truth. Second is at the intellectual level, intellectual honesty of some conviction, authentic conviction. Again, the conviction is not that I am convinced that I will become a terrorist now. Then I have the courage to do that convinced thing. Therefore, I am a Satyavadi. Then the whole thing is wrong because basically deciding to be a terrorist is wrong. You can't kill others. You have no right. Do you have the power to create others, make others? No. How can you kill them? जिसको मारा उसको आप जान दे सकते हो क्या दोबारा? नहीं, जान नहीं दे सकते तो मारने का हक नहीं. Basic common sense. Okay, now we will study with Bhashyam of Vyasa Bhagavan, the Satyam second value. Ki Satyam means Yatha Arthe Vang Manase. Yatha Arthe Vang Manase means what? The integration between Vak, Vani and Mana mind. So what is meant in the mind alone is spoken through the mouth. And what is spoken through the mind, mouth is felt in the mind. That is called Satya. A simple, beautiful example is what? Beautiful or ugly. Ki you are in a hurry to go somewhere. Suddenly some people came whom you are obliged to respect. Then outside, अरे आप आ गए, आप के इंतजार में हम थे, बहुत अच्छा हो गया, आप गए आ गए. Outside, the mouth is saying, and in the mind, ये स्वामी लोगों को काम धंधा नहीं होता, अभी क्यों आते हैं, पागल लोग, बेवकूफ लोग, स्वामियों को क्यों क्रिएट किया भगवान ने? Inside the mind is so restless. है ना, एक घर गृहस्थी के या इवन व्यापार में पूरा यही असत्य चलता है ना? Every day we are victim of it. Outside so lovingly they talk as if they are doing favor to us, but inside only there is selfishness. Nowadays ना 5 जगह पे और नेशनल में इलेक्शन हो रहा है, तो ये कैंपेनिंग इज गोइंग ऑन. कल परसों कोई आया था, मैंने उसको पूछा नहीं, मेन पर्सन आया होता था, I would have spoken. Other fellow asked, I'll ask. In their heart, even once do they get the thought that when the power comes, we will serve. Not in the manifesto reading. Main thing is power chahiye. After that, then all the manifestos are given. So that you get the votes, the people looking at that, then they give the vote. And each one competing with each other. अब हंसी मजाक की बात है कि किसकी ज्यादा बाप तुम्हारे बाप का माल है, कुछ भी अनाउंस कर रहा हूँ. That is a public's property it is. कोई कहता है 300-500 में सिलेंडर कर दो, कोई कहता है 5000 फोकट में दे दूंगा. To all the women we give 2500. वो कहता है कि I'll give cylinder. See, people, you can't, you will go to like Pakistan, bankrupt हो जाएगा ऐसे करोगे तो. वो छोटा देश है, 20 करोड़, चले भाई 140 करोड़ को फ्री में दोगे, जो आज काम करे वो भी नहीं करेंगे. Basically the policy is wrong. You should give only to those who work. Then only people work. Then the productivity grows. Automatically cost of living gets reduced. On the other hand, if you say that I will give everything free, then who will work जब हम फ्री में मिल रहा है तो? Then if nobody works, how can there be the productivity? When production is not there, how can you give free? अरे you can't sell also. कोई है ही नहीं कुछ produced. But then असत्यम है ना, बाहर प्रेम की बातें बोलना, अंदर स्वार्थ रखना. That is why the first definition is कि यथा अर्थे वांग मनसे, वाणी and mind should fully be integrated. That is called सत्य. नहीं तो जो ग्लानि अंदर होता है या शाप लोगों से मिलता है. लेकिन कर्नाटका, what promises they did, that's the नाम ही कर्नाटक. नाटक करते हो. No, they can't fulfill because there's no money. Money comes when you produce, not when you give things freely. The concept basically is wrong. Even if you do it for a few months, you can't make it permanent. What happens in India? एक को दिया तो दूसरों को देना पड़ता, तीसरा मांगता है. Everybody asks now. That means what? You are giving a habit of getting things freely without working, which is destruction only of the entire society, the nation. एग्जाम्पल दिया आपने. नाउ सत्यम यथार्थे वांग मनसे. नो एक्सप्लेनेशन. यथा दृष्टम, यथा अनुमितम, यथा श्रुतम. Okay, यथा दृष्टम, what is seen by you with eyes. Yatha anumitam, what is understood by you by your mind's inquiry. Yatha shrutam, what is heard by you in your ears. Tata vang manahacha, in the same way you should have the thought in the mind, speech through the mouth. This is called as satyam. Okay, 3-4 lines are explained here for this satyama by Vyasa Bhagavan. Very powerful it is. बहुत बढ़िया. I'll just read it and see it tomorrow. He satyam yatharthe vang manase. Then yatha dustam, yatha anumitam, yatha shrutam, tatha vang manasacha. Next, paratra sabodha sankranteye va mukta sa yadi na vachita bhranta va pratipatti bandhya va bhavediti. एषा सर्वभूत उपकारार्थं प्रवृत्ता न भूत उपघाताय. एते च एवम् अपि अभिधीयमाना भूत उपघाता परा एव स्यात् न सत्यं भवेत्, पापमेव भवेत्. तेन पुण्य आभासेन पुण्यप्रति रूपकेण कष्टतमं प्राप्नुयात्. तस्मात् परीक्ष्य सर्वभूतहितं सत्यं ब्रूयात्. Powerful thing it is. One class it will take to explain. We take, हमको क्या है ना? Tomorrow we will talk on this in detail. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Tat Sat Brahman Pranamastu. इतना काफी.